Many of my female clients tell me that sometimes it's hard to get there in regards to sex. You know, they think, hey, healthy sexual intimacy is great for my marriage, and they're all for it. But it's one thing to have your heart in the right place, it's another thing to get your body, to get your emotions all tracking together. So today, we're going to unpack some of those blocks that happen in your thoughts and the solutions, those steps that will absolutely make it easier for you to get there and to be more authentic when you are having sex with your husband. So I'm so glad that you all have tuned in, and make sure you stay till the end because I have a course coming available in October that might be the perfect solution for you. But first, let's look at some of those hindrances, some of those problems to intimacy. And the first one I'm going to describe is that to-do list in your head. You've got these tasks, you check them off, you know, it's a part of your role. And women wear many hats. And so they're not only taking care of their own health and business, they're taking care of their family. So it's the needs of their kids, it's the needs of their spouse. Hey, if you're active in your church, you've got all of those needs. So those lists can go on and on. And they're a good thing. And it means, hey, yes, I can manage my life. But when it comes time for intimacy, the list gets in the way, because when your brain is all focused on the groceries or your kids' homework, it is difficult to give yourself to your husband. So what can you do in that moment? Here are some possible solutions. First of all, release it. Write down your list. Do an audio recording of it. It will still be there. Good news, bad news. But if you can release it in some way, that is going to be a huge help. Also, you need to reframe your mental space. Give yourself permission to leave your list. You're still okay. You're still on top of the world. But it's okay to have a margin of downtime, to have a space where you can relax and let things go. And that's a skill. That is a learned skill. You give yourself permission to have a new focus. The one focus served you well, but in this moment, you need a new focus. Also, you need a list of transition activities, and these will be for your mind, for your body. I mean, a lot of women say, oh, I run a bubble bath, you know, the scents and the sounds, everything just takes me away. Some women do practice a lot of deep breathing to cleanse and to release. So you have to find what transition activity works best for you. All right, how about another problem to intimacy? This is where you're not sure exactly what you want, if it's okay, if you want that, and how you go about communicating it. So you've begun to picture yourself in your sex life, and you're just not all the way there yet. And it is a spirit, soul, and body experience. So you do need to be able to see yourself there. What are some solutions for that problem? First of all, create a safe time in your schedule to think about it. Excuse me. Maybe this is on a bike ride or a walk or something that's kind of a mindless task, so you can give your thoughts permission to wander there. What do I want in my sex life? And if I'm feeling a little not sure about that, why? Why am I not sure? So give yourself that time to begin to think it through. Number two, or another solution for you in this area, is get informed. And I'm going to suggest non-religious Christian perspective. If you've been in the church very long at all, it's quite possible that you have been exposed to some teaching that isn't necessarily healthy for you. So find some non-religious yet Christian perspective. You can always ask me. I've got great resources on Christian books. And then also choose to believe you're worth it. It is a choice to believe it. I can tell you that it's true. God can tell you that it's true, but it's up to you to know, hey, finding out what's going on in here is worth it. You are worth knowing and loving yourself. And our third potential problem, you just don't feel close enough to your husband right now to have that risk to be vulnerable. I mean, sometimes lovemaking looks awkward, feels awkward. It can be embarrassing. And if there have been some things stockpiling in the relationship that need to be cleared up, then yeah, you may not feel comfortable doing that. So it could be that you're awkward, embarrassed, frustrated about what your body is going to do, not do. So there can be some real hindrances there. But what are your solutions? The goal is to build the closeness back in simple, everyday ways. And my go-to favorite way to build connection is to plan some fun activities. Now, I'm not saying that the heavy topics of intimacy aren't important. What I am saying is that fun is a lighter way to begin connection. When you're laughing, when you feel carefree, it helps connection to happen easier. Another way to begin building connection is to find the small things to praise your spouse for. This isn't blowing anything out of proportion. It's not denying yourself. It's just saying, hey, I'm thankful and you're doing amazing. And I want you to know, woo, that will absolutely reduce the anxiety so you can start feeling closer to each other, and then begin to ask some of those thought-provoking questions. And they can be some great questions about sex. They can be great questions about their childhood. They can be questions about world events. These are just ways to say, I want to know the whole you, because that is going to help everybody to show up and be more authentic. So thanks so much for staying with me. And I do have a course called United and Ignited. It is a 6-week group course for couples. And this year it is going to run October 5th through November 9th. And if that sounds something you'd like more information about, hey, let's get on a discovery call and talk it out and find out if it's right for you. So thanks for joining. Remember, Father God wants to lavish His love on every area of your life, including sexual intimacy in marriage.